The end of an era, our time in Chile. The country where our motorcycle adventure began. We started in Santiago, riding over 18,000 kilometers through Argentina and Chile, reaching the southernmost point of the Americas, Ushuaia, and then taking our journey north through the two countries' wild and shifting landscapes. This episode marks our final ride through Chile, the last stretch before we close this chapter and open the next. We spend these last moments preparing our beloved bikes for the road ahead and soaking in all the memories Chile has given us. New lands, new adventures, and new beginnings lie just beyond the border. Bring on Bolivia.
Good morning, we're here in Antofagasta in Chile. Today is our rest day, so we're making the most of it and we're doing all things bike service.
We're waiting for a battery for Haley's intercom, which is turning up later today, so that's perfect. That'll alleviate all the problems of having to plug it in full time while we're riding. I've washed the bikes this morning, got up nice and early, got out to avoid the queues at the petrol station, so they're all done. And next we're gonna get a new chain on Haley's bike. We're gonna take both of them for a oil change and new oil filters, and we're gonna clean the air filters and pre-filters. Now we're doing that because in the next couple of days we're heading to Bolivia, so maintenance and garages are going to be a little bit harder to find, so we're going to have a big once over on the bikes now, make sure they're ready to go, and then hopefully we won't have any problems in Bolivia where they might be hard to overcome, so the bikes will be 100% and ready to go. So that's today.
All right, we're going to get set and ready to go and head to the garage now.
Haley's on her tiptoes just about getting out.
Hello, doggy. It's always fun when a dog does that in a city.
So we're pretty confident that it's Haley's chain that's making the clunking noise and it needs replacing. The links holding their shape because they're jamming up, so they're slightly buckled, and then when you put tension on it as you're riding, they open up and it clunks. So it's definitely time to change the chain. Now we should be changing the chain and the sprockets together. You should do it as one whole thing, but unfortunately we can't get them. We spoke to the garage this morning and they can't get the front sprocket and rear sprocket for a week or two, so the rear sprocket looks okay, and the front sprocket we changed in Santiago, so it's done 4,000 or 5,000 Ks. So we'll put a new chain on. It's not ideal, but it'll make it all a lot better. It'll be fine, and then hopefully we'll order one into the next big city when we get there. So I found this Yamaha dealership, and it's on the seafront here down in Antofagasta. Nice little spot for it, and we're hopefully going to get our oil changed here and get the air filters cleaned and everything. Okay, here we are.
It's been a while since we've gone under the sea, but we've gone under there for a reason. Look how dirty it is. It wasn't that long ago since we cleaned the filters and it's already looking like this. So we've gone under the seat to get an oil filter. I packed 2 spare ones. I've got a spare filter here And then you can see how dirty this pre-filter is. Look at that. That's some serious dirt. So we're going to hopefully get these cleaned at this workshop today. But in comparison to my air filter,
it's just my pre-filter, and this is pretty good. My main filter is still clean. I'm not the one following eating dust the whole time though.
it's a little bit of a difference there.
That should keep the bikes happy for a little bit longer. Oil changed, oil filters changed, and air filters cleaned. He was using the air hose a little bit vigorously on the air filters, which I was not really enjoying seeing. I was scared of them ripping and tearing under the pressure, but they seem fine. So hopefully the bikes are good for a little while now.
It feels like it's running actually a lot smoother now. Yeah, it feels like the gears are just that much more deliberate. It feels like a new bike. It feels smooth. Let me try one more time, and I will confidently say my verdict. Alright, that was it. It was the chain. The chain needed redoing. Thank God. It feels good. Yeah. Muy bien.
Today we're heading up the coast. I'm gonna head to a town called Tocopilla and then head back inland towards Calama, and we're gonna stay there tonight. We've ended up staying here a few days longer than we wanted to. Not our fault. We were waiting for batteries. So Hayley's intercom battery has been playing up for quite a while, and this is her old one. It's all swollen, and well, it just didn't work anymore. You could probably get an hour out of it before you had to charge it. So we ordered some of these, waiting for those to be delivered. A little bit later than we wanted, but we've got them. We're ready to go, hopefully.
And hopefully it lasts for a whole day instead of an hour.
So that took us a little bit longer to get going. I always find that when we stop somewhere for a few days, we take a little bit longer to get going in the morning. We have a lot more stuff unpacked and you just get a little bit more settled. First stop is Tocopilla. That's 189 k's away, and then we'll come back inland and slightly south again to Calama, which is another maybe 150 from there. So we're doing a relatively big day today. We're going to be doing maybe 350 k's. Here's our peaks, little road in between, and then we are just perched on the edge right next to the ocean. Now we're making the most of this because we're about 6 k's away from Tocopilla. Once we reach that town, we're heading back inland. We're going to head east and we'll follow the Andes into Bolivia, then into Peru. So this is the last time we're going to see the ocean for a little while, but back to the mountains for the adventure. That's where we want to go.
That was a good lemon cake.
Any chance we stop, Hayley eats, so she's gone lemon cake this morning.
That's my profound thought of the day.
We rode through the industrial coastal town of Tocopilla. Just like the coastal towns back home, the smell of fish and chips hit us. We loaded up on butter goodness before hitting the road again, full and satisfied.
That was a little unplanned stop for lunch, but as soon as I heard Hayley say fish and chips on the intercom, we had to. Might be the last time we could buy a coastal town for a little while, so make the most of it.
From there, we quickly climbed over 2,000 metres back to the vast, infamous Atacama landscapes. And just like that, we were riding into the final stop of our Chilean motorcycle adventure, Calama.
Yes, you are. You're so cute. You're so cute.
Okay, good morning. We are setting off from our rather swanky hotel in Calama, a bit posher than we usually get, but it's our last night in Chile. Today's a big one. We're crossing over into Bolivia. It's going to be a new challenge, a new adventure. We've somewhat become rather accustomed and we feel safe whilst we're in Chile and Argentina. I say feel safe, I mean it's comfortable. We can travel without worrying, without thinking. It's good. Bolivia's going to bring another depth to this, I think. It's going to be different. We're both really looking forward to it.
Right, this is the last time we're getting fuel in Chile before we go to Bolivia. Now, the fuel is meant to be really bad in Bolivia, to the point where I think you need to, a lot of people do filter the fuel. But even though it's a lot more expensive here, we're just going to buy the most premium unleaded petrol that we can get our hands on, fill up everything, and then be on our way to the Bolivian border.
In Bolivia, it's sometimes hard to get fuel as a foreigner. There's something to do with having to have a like a number, like an identity number, and then when you buy your fuel you write that number down. And if you're a foreigner, you haven't got that number, so sometimes you have to pay a foreigner rate, which is higher, and then in other circumstances they might refuse to sell fuel to you. So there are instances where people are turning up to fuel stations and being refused fuel, so you have to be wary about that. We're going to have to fill up whenever we can, whenever we see something, and I'm guessing we're going to end up filling up out of the little plastic bottles on the side of the road whenever we can see them, which isn't great because the quality of fuel isn't going to be good, but you got to get something.
97, por favor. 97. Sí. Lleno, por favor.
Está bien. También aquí, por favor, 8 litros. Está bien. Gracias. Better not forget that one. I have driven off with that one open before. It's easy to forget when you're filling up the tank, the auxiliary tank, the bag, the stove. That sits nicely there. It won't stay there for too long. As soon as we drain some fuel out of these auxiliary tanks, we'll empty it into the bikes. Then those fuel bags aren't made to be a permanent storage solution. Okay, let's go to the border.
Let's go.
Bolivia, here we come.
Woohoo! I'm excited.
Yeah, I am as well. Really excited.
I feel like it's you know, like the feeling you get, or you got, it's going back a few years ago, where it's like it's the start of term at school, and like you get all that like nervous, excited feeling. That's how I feel.
I never got excited about going back to school.
Oh, I was excited. I was excited because I got my new pencil case and my new stationery. I sound like a loser.
Yeah, some of us are different than others, eh? I was gutted. I wasn't able to take time off, ride my bike and see my mates.
But yeah, I've got that like really excited feeling. It's really feels nice. an active volcano?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Behind you. I don't know what else that smoky stuff is. It must be.
Let's pull in.
Yeah.
And it seems to have steam or smoke or whatever it is coming out the top of it. Now I did check on the map last night and there wasn't going to be an active volcano en route. Let's have a little look. Is the altitude getting you a little bit?
No.
It looks like it is. So, a little bit of fact info for you.
Okay. Love a fact.
So that behind us is Poruna volcano. It's extinct and it's 3,612 meters high.
I would not have assumed that was a volcano.
So that's an extinct volcano. And then just there, if I look at my map again, that is this one. Volcan San Pedro. That's that one there. And you can see, if I click on the details, it's a stratovolcano. Stratovolcano. And it looks active.
So cool.
San Pedro volcano, one of the highest active volcanoes in the world. Rising above 6,000 meters above the desert floor of northern Chile, we watch smoke drift from its crater, a quiet sign that the earth still breathes here, a phenomenon that amazes us every time we witness it. Standing before it brought us back to the very beginning of this wild motorcycle journey we've been on, to our first days here in Chile, when we camped beneath a volcano for the very first time. And all the others we saw after that. It stirred memories of every magical moment from day one to everything else in between. This volcano feels like Chile itself. Mesmerizing, alive, wild. We've ridden this country from end to end, and now this chapter is coming to a close. We leave behind a land that was kind to us, one that shaped us and prepared us for whatever comes next. With one chapter closed, another one opens, in Bolivia.
All right, exciting times.
Very exciting times.
We are officially in Bolivia. Adios.
Ciao. Hello, Bolivia.
We are here. I'm pretty excited.
I am so excited. So how many Ks have we got to the next town?
Only 64.
Okay.
So not too many. Well, so far on this little road, Bolivia is showing us that it can do corrugations well, just as good as Chile and Argentina. We are getting bounced around quite a bit. The bikes are getting rattled about. It is fairly rough in places. See, my front camera is continuously moving.
Whilst the last part of the day is a little bit tricky in some parts, the view makes it all worth it. this will be our first time we stay in Bolivia. Now, bear in mind, we haven't got any Bolivian cash or anything like that, so we're just hoping that maybe they might accept card, and if not, maybe even Chilean pesos, the bit that we have left. Yeah, otherwise that will be a fun little obstacle to try and manage at 5 o'clock. Hopefully, because it's so close to the border, they will be a bit lenient in whatever option we have. It's always a little bit daunting when you first get into a country because you don't really, you're not 100% sure on how to get by on just the standard things, you know, getting money out. Can you drink the water? Can you do this? Can you do that? Time will tell. Okay, here we are. San Juan.
Now, we did find a hostel that was made of salt, so that's where we're heading to now. Whether they've got rooms for us, we don't know. We didn't check. Little name on the sign is made out of cactus. All these walls are made out of salt, yeah. So the owner of this hostel's been very kind to us and allowed us to park the bikes inside here. It's right next to the table and someone else's room. Look how beautiful this place is. You looking forward to this, Hayley?
Oh, yes. I'm so hungry. I might just pour it in.
So this is the lovely hostel that we found ourselves. And the cool thing about it is it's made of salt. So the walls are made from compressed salt blocks all the way around. And the walls are covered in these beautiful paintings as well. It's a really, really nice place. So along with the salt walls, you've got this quartz or salt on the floor. I'm not sure what it is. It's a rock anyway, but it's beautifully done. It surrounds the communal area here where you've got all the seating and you've got the sculptures made out of salt and rock. It's really, really interesting little hostel to stay at. So that is about it for today. And it's been a great day. We've entered Bolivia. It's the start of a new chapter for us. I think we've knocked it up a gear for the adventure. We're both really excited for the next part of the journey. Now for tonight, it's starting to get cold already. We've had our dinner, bellies are full, so we're happy. We're gonna get into bed. They've got sheets and duvets, but there's no heating in this place. It's just one big salt block, basically. So we're gonna get our sleeping bags out, our liners, and just tuck ourselves in and prepare for the cold tonight. We'll see you later. Good night.